Through the ashes of Nintendo's greatest failure would arise one of its biggest competitors, and will be the final act from one of the most influential individuals in gaming history. So join me as we take a look back at the WonderSwan. In the early 90s, one name was synonymous with video games. That name, of course, being Nintendo. Ever since the induction of the Famicom, the Nintendo Entertainment System in the United States, Nintendo seemed to be on a roll. Every piece of hardware they brought to the industry was met with great success, due largely in part to this man, Gunpei Yokoi. Yokoi was responsible for such greats as the Game & Watch series, the Nintendo Game Boy, franchises like Kid Icarus and Metroid. He also aided in the development of Donkey Kong and even Mario Brothers, which is why when Yokoi created a concept for the Virtual Boy, Nintendo had every reason to back him 100%. As we all know, the Virtual Boy was a commercial failure, and Gunpei Yokoi took full responsibility for its lack of success. As a result of the Virtual Boy's failure, Yokoi and Nintendo thought it'd be best to part ways, but not before Yokoi gave Nintendo a going-away present by developing the Gameboy Pocket. And in fall of 1996, after 31 years with the company, Yokoi left Nintendo. Several of his subordinates followed, and they went on to form Kodo Laboratory, a smaller development company, forefronted by Gunpei himself. At this time period, toy and electronics company Bandai was seeing tremendous success with their digital pet Tamagotchi series, and were contemplating a serious push towards the legitimate gaming industry. Once Bandai found out that Yokoi parted ways with Nintendo, Bandai approached him with the idea of creating a handheld gaming console to rival the upcoming Neo Geo Pocket, as well as possibly the Nintendo Game Boy. After some negotiations, both companies reached an agreement, and development began almost immediately. Taking on the monster that was the Nintendo Game Boy would be no easy task, but if anyone could do it, it would be the man who created that monster, Gunpei Yokoi. With the development of this new handheld, Yokoi's philosophy of lateral thinking with weathered technology was in full effect. You see, Yokoi believed that instead of trying to break the mold with untested innovation, one should simply find innovative ways to use seasoned technology, which is cheap to purchase and already easy to develop for. With that in mind, Yokoi's focus would be on a screen, on par, if not superior to that of the Game Boy, as well as power proficiency. Yokoi wanted the system to run off of one AA battery, as opposed to the Game Boy's 4. An early concept was made up, and pre-production began mid-1997. In October of the same year, while driving on an expressway, Gunpei Yokoi was in a fatal car accident, ending his life at age 56. A tragic loss for the entire industry. With the tragic loss of Yokoi, the handheld he and Bandai had been working on was stuck in a sort of limbo. However, Bandai was determined to make Gunpei Yokoi's final vision a reality. Production resumed, and on March 4th, 1999, the WonderSwan was released. Holding true to Yokoi's philosophy, the system had a monochrome screen similar to the Game Boy's, however could be played vertically or horizontally, an innovative way of using pre-existing technology. The WonderSwan was a 16-bit system at its core, and did in fact run off of one AA battery. Bandai managed to get deals with Capcom and Square, which included some outstanding exclusives, and some releases of ultra-popular Final Fantasy titles. Mix that all together, and the WonderSwan was met with a better than warm reception. Add in the fact that the WonderSwan only cost 6,800 yen, about $60 US, the system lit up sales charts, selling 1.5 million units in Japan and at one point being second only to the Game Boy. In year 2000, Bandai reached an agreement with Mattel to release the WonderSwan in the United States. But once Nintendo showcased an early build of the Game Boy Advance, Mattel changed their mind, and the WonderSwan stood, a Japan-exclusive console. The WonderSwan was an amazing handheld, and the true testament to the genius that was Gunpei Yokoi. Gunpei Yokoi's philosophies continue to influence the gaming industry, even to this day. Even his greatest failure, the Virtual Boy, would eventually spawn success when Nintendo would use a variant of the technology to create the highly acclaimed 3DS. Until next time, this is Ness, signing out.